Yurt. 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 What's cracking, you guys? What's pop? How you guys doing today? Where's my... I don't know. Oh, there we are. I like move some stuff around. Obs! What's cracking, fam? How you guys doing? I'm just gonna get myself, while we do this countdown timer, gonna get my windows back in order. Because Ecamm wants to be, my computer wants to be a little... Hey. Oh, and I gotta open up my loopback. I just did a restart. What's cracking? I just came from dinner with Steve from Scarlet Glass. Did you guys see that picture? Let's see. Let's move this way. Mr. Moderator Paul checking in. Have you guys checked Paul's videos yet? Mr. Moderator. I love his intro. Then he just comes in. It's like perfect. Perfection. Perfection. Yes. Took him to Chinatown. Any excuse for me to go to Chinatown. You know. I said, do you like Chinese food? He said, of course. Just send me a pin. I said, fantastic. We're going to Chinatown in Philadelphia. And I got him some soup dumplings. Some of the best soup dumplings in town. Probably the best. I don't know. Angie did a good amount of research to find those soup dumplings. What I will say is that he ate all his food. So I think that's a good sign. He ate everything. So I think that's a good sign, yeah? Excuse me, I'm looking back and forth because I did something to my computer and it like rearranged all of my windows. So I'm just getting that back in order. I brought my MV7 back in the mix today, although I feel like I wanted to switch back to my Lewitt as soon as I like, oh, it did it again. That's okay. Hi guys, what's going on? So I took the Lewitt out, I brought the MV7 back, and as soon as I put my headphones on, and so the MV7 is a dynamic microphone, the Lewitt is a condenser microphone. So on the Rodecaster Pro, you have to change the settings from dynamic to, for me, from condenser to dynamic, and then also change the levels because it's different types. So for instance, with this one, with my Lewitt, and you can hear my my sibilance a lot more with this one, I feel like. With the condenser microphone, with the Lewitt, my levels, I can do usually 18. I can get away with 18. The last couple of weeks, I increased it a little bit to between 21 and 22 on this one. And for comparison, on the MV7, the level right now is at level 42. So huge difference. Hold on, I'm like pressing buttons. Okay, thanks, Paul. Reminding you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. And then also, the battery on my MX keys mouse died. So while it's charging, I'm relying on my trackpad, which there's nothing wrong with it. I just am used to like a mouse and, you know, it's just a different movement between the two. I'm trying to open up my Loop Deck software and that's not opening up. Now it is. Now it's opening up. Got some goodies. What's this? What's this? What's this? Halloween, my favorite holiday. A Nightmare Before Christmas. One of my favorite movies. What's this? What's this? I can't believe my eyes. What's this? What's this? I love that song. Late to class. It's all right. What's going on? How are you? Got my loop deck software open. So what do you think about this sound? I feel like it doesn't sound as full. Oh, if Keith were listening, Keith would yell at me because I'm not supposed to call attention to the things, because maybe you guys wouldn't have even noticed that I had a different microphone. However, you know who would have probably noticed? Sammy Superstar, because Sammy notices all of those things. So Sammy probably would have noticed. What I do want to do with you guys, I'm actually, and who else do we have on? I see a few of you guys are watching. So I want to, let's do this really quick. I was going to do it, but then I was like, I can't be late. I know you guys are waiting for me, and that's irresponsible. So I was telling you guys, we are now in live demo mode. I was telling you guys yesterday, the day before, maybe yesterday. I don't know. My days. Listen, we're on day 28. Oh, I did that almost right. There you go. Day 28. 72 days to go. Oh, that was good. And so now it's just like, I don't know. I know that I need to stream for over 70 more days. So, you know, but what I did say was, so this is what I mean, this scenes folder here. So you see, you have this blue folder with the little clock. If I hit play, then that's going to play through these 3 scenes here. That got crooked. Do you see that? Whoa. What? Oh, I see. That's what I don't like about the multi-mount. So if I do this, here. You can see. There's that. Let's give you guys some behind the scenes so you can see a little bit better. And what do I want to do? I want to go back. So let's go here, there. So this multi-mount, this is like what happens is that this arm, you got to put it really tight. So the microphone started sagging. So you got to make this tight. And let's bring this out. See? This is what I was messing with yesterday in class. Okay, there we are. So now there's that. And there you go. So there's that. Make these tight. There's that. And kind of, I feel like that's also crooked. Let me see. Let's come back over here. Well, first of all, now it's on spot focus. So let's get that out. Okay. But now, oh. Do you see it slowly falling? That's the multi-mount. Such a pain in the ass. I love it. It's great for on-the-fly adjustments. However, usually what I have to do is that means the fact that I can't find it on the first drawer means that I have to clean up my office some more. Oh, I have a box cutter. I've had a box cutter in my drawer this whole time. Obs, did you see that? That box cutter has been there. So I'm looking for my wrench to tighten. I wanted to show you guys, but it's fine. We're going to leave it. Okay, fine. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. So you can see I have the ZV-1 there. Back here, this is the Silk Creator mount. Over here, I love that one. So between the two, I like how you can get it and you can adjust it. So let me go back. Let me show you guys this one. So I like how you can adjust it with the different angles, right? So usually I'll have the ZV-1 right over here as a drop down. It gives tons of flexibility, but the problem is that the bar, if you don't weight the camera with basically like making L's, that's what I've noticed that the multi-mount really likes is the L's. And if you don't do it the right way, I think what happened from yesterday to today is that particular bar started sagging down. But when you can make it work, it works. All right, but I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm going to come back to pay attention to you guys. And what I was doing with live demo mode, so let's go back. What I wanted to show you, this was what I wanted to show you. With the 3 folders, if I hit play, it's going to go cycle between the 2. I have it on 210 seconds, but that's too long. So then the other way to do that is that I'm going to take these out of the folder. So bring them all above the folder. Now they're out of the folder. I'm going to delete this folder. Yes, delete. And then what I want to do is that then, let me go through these really quick. So where's my main? Oh no, did I just? Oh, nuts. See, this is what happens when you start touching stuff. I just deleted. India. I just deleted the one with the 1. So let's go back. Let's do this. And I am going to bring in an overlay. And that should be one of these because we did it together. Let me see. I want to look at columns. I have no idea. Nope, not that one. Nope. This one? Perhaps? One of these. Yep, with the white. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to use this one here. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in all that work that we did the other night. Custom. So if you wanted to get some practice, I think it was like on 10. Probably. Yeah, it's about, that number sounds about right. Line this up. Bring this down. Go across. Okay, then I'm going to bring this over on top. Okay, cool. So now we got that back. Let me title this My Main Scene. Apparently this was my main scene, not. So I will title this Graffiti Main Scene. And then put this back in order. What happened here? Nope. Okay. So then what I really wanted to show you guys, so if you wanted to have, so this is going to be, right, so we have the intro. You guys know the intro. Then I have my main scene. Then I have this camera here, my ZV-1. So let's just ZV-1. Then this one should be the A5100. Oh, there it is. See? See what happens? Okay. I'm going to keep this up here so I don't lose it. So let's go back. Intro, main scene, ZV-1. This one should be 5100. It is. So I'm going to A5100. And so I wanted to cycle between, and then I'm going to, see, I have all these extra scenes. So probably what I need to do, oh, see, I didn't think this through, is I need to drag all of these. I'm just going to drag these out of the folder. So I'm going to move my countdown to the top, both countdowns. Yeah, perfect. And so I just want these three in. So I'm going to just move this here. This is why it's important to make sure you keep your eCam organized, especially when you like me, that you have tons of different scenes, or I just create scenes as I'm doing like live streams. And then it's like, then I also want to put my end screen there. Okay, almost there. Because what's going to happen is if you don't do what I just did, it's not going to cycle through. Okay, so now this is going to be my main three scenes. So I have this camera here. I have the ZV-1 there. I have the A5100 here. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a timer. That's my Luna display. So I'm going to come down to the overlays box, add a timer. Gretchen, I see your channel, your question, so I'll go back into it. Adjust this. So I want this to be for this particular scene. Let's say I want this to be 1 minute. And I need for this here to be 100% transparent. So open up my colors, and then with the colors, bring the opacity down to 0. Add. Oh, wait. I didn't choose the setting. So we're going to go back into that. Choose the setting, because what you want is go to the next scene when finished. So now after that 1 minute, it's going to go to the next scene when finished. And actually, I'm going to go back and put this opacity back up, because then, well, I guess we can do it this way. So I'm going to keep the opacity at 0. Going to save that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this by Command C. Going to go to this scene here and hit play. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I was in the A5100, and then here I'm going to Command V and bring that in. So this is also in this scene, and the settings are exactly the same. So in theory, if this works, this is this camera. In theory, if this works, I'm going to turn off live demo mode. This should switch. So my two cameras, this camera and that camera, will only be on that scene for 1 minute. And then we will be in the other scene. Oh, I need to do a timer for the main scene. So let's go back to live demo mode. And then in my main scene, I need to also have another timer. So I'm going to go back to showing current scene. I'm going to Command V, but then for that particular one, I'm going to edit it because, and I need to look at it. Well, I don't. And then for that one, let's say I want to be on this scene for, let's say 5 minutes. So I want to be on my main scene, let's say 4 minutes. I want to be on my main scene for 4 minutes. So it'll be on my main scene for 4 minutes. Then on the ZV-1, it'll be on that scene for 1 minute. And then it'll be on the A5100 for 1 minute. So let's try that. So now it's on this scene here. Oh, let's make sure. So I'm going to double click on it, and I do have them all checked to go to next scene when finished because I copy and pasted it. So that's why when you're doing overlays and you want to bring overlays into multiple scenes, don't do what India did. I could have sworn my scene was locked. When you want to bring multiple scenes into your setup, get your scene set up the first overlay set up the right way, and then copy and paste it because it's going to be easier to do. Let me put my glasses on because when I am, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to switch back to the A5100 and see if that cycles through. Turn off live demo mode. Oh, that angle, you can see the mess. That is that corner. That's not. Hi, guys. That's better. You can see more of my setup and not my mess. Let's go back. Let's fix the ambiance. Turn off the lights. Okay. All right. So while we test what we just did. Let me just come here. Let me go here. All right. I see you guys left a good amount of comments. So I am going to check on you guys. Paul is reminding you guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Go to the principal's office. Absolutely. Obbs says, move my MacBook Pro. There it go. It worked. Boom. So then it'll stay on this scene for 4 minutes because that's what we chose. Then it'll switch to the ZV-1 for 1 minute, switch to the A51 for 1 minute, and then here, my main scene. So let's see how that pans out tonight. But I think that's the way. So with the other way, with having it on a folder, the scenes will all stay on that scene for whatever time frame that you choose. Anyone else have a projector in their house? I don't know. I like this projector. It works, but it has to be very dark. And I think I'm trying to justify myself trying to buy another projector. So we're going to leave that in the background. I want one with more lumens. This one, which, like I said, it works really well when it's really dark. 300 lumens, but you can get them up to like 800 lumens. But then you're spending the lumens. That was a corny joke. Obbs says, I moved my MacBook Pro to my right, and now it tasked that's far too long for my trackpad on the MacBook Pro. How's your class coming? Class planning. Laura, I launched the class. I launched the masterclass, if that's what you're talking about. I launched the masterclass last week, Wednesday, and it's been a successful kickoff. Thanks to you guys in the community and have been supporting me. Gretchen says, just got my live prepped for tomorrow, National School Librarians Day, honoring Pura Biebre. What's that? Very cool. Always afraid to adjust the multi-mount. It's guaranteed to start to sag. Exactly. So I have a wrench. And that's what I use to tighten it, just to give myself more leverage. And I've noticed that when I use the little wrench, I don't know where it went, that works. But then once you loosen it, if you're not like, and then it's funny because the instructions from the multi-mount say, don't over tighten. Well, guess what? I need to over tighten because Gretchen, and is my brightness all the way up? Nope. So that helps me see you guys a little bit better on the iPad. The comments. Gretchen says, question, which do you like better? The Silk Creators Clamp or the Elgato multi-mount? I have issues with my multi-mount sagging even for just my M50. The Silk Creators Clamp by far. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys, I'll put the ZV-1 back on and I'll show you how easy it is to adjust the Silk Creators Clamp and the amount of angles that you can get with the Silk Creators Clamp. So what I did with the Silk Creators Clamp is that I paired it with a ball head, quick release mount from Ulanzi. So then the ball head gives me angles, right? Like a regular ball head. And then I'll show you both. And I absolutely love it. If I would go back, so when, a few weeks ago, Kevin was asking if I had a choice, would I choose one or the other about the Stream Deck or the Loop Deck? I probably would buy both, right? But between the multi-mount and the Silk Creators Clamp, I would probably do the Silk Creators Clamp. The multi-mount has its benefits. I do like the multi-mount because of all the individual joints. And I like how if you have different, that you can put one piece with another, right? So like with my multi-mount, because I have the regular arm, I used different sections within different arms, if that makes sense. But I think overall, for sturdiness, the Silk Creators Clamp is hands down the king for sturdiness, because once you tighten it, it is there and it's not moving. So worry about the mess. Yeah, that mess in the background. Thank God Dr. Elo's not here. He used to bother me. Hey, Robin. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. I need more gas. Hey, Albert, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate the support. Yeah. Hey. There you go. And And Paul is just reminding you guys, it's here. And I'm sure that was because Laura had asked about the class. So I am super late on the comments. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate you. And that's a link to my masterclass. The low profile multi-mount works horrible for me. Is that, oh, you're saying, oh, you never told me. So you're talking about the arm itself. So this I don't have a problem with. So you can see I put the MV7 on it today. I normally use and you have the MV7. So normally I use the Lewitt, but I threw my MV7 on it. I don't have any issues with this one here. I love how it swings in and out. I love that being out of the way and being able to manipulate the type of microphone. So, with the MV7, it has the yoke here. So the MV7, the placement is going to be very different than the placement of my Lewitt, right? So you can see that the shock mount, it just connects very differently than here. And even with the two different types of microphone connections, I have no complaints over. Gigi, if you were closer, I would just drive up to your house and help you with that. I don't know what's happening there. Robin says, what is it about the multi-mount not holding? The other day, I found my overhead camera hanging like a wet noodle. That's a very good description. And I think, honestly, and that's what I'm saying. I think, honestly, that you have to over-tighten it. Elgato tells you not to over-tighten it, but I think that that's a lie. The lie detector test. So it's these things here, right? The lie detector test determined that that was a lie. So these bad boys, let's go to the scene here. Hold on. You guys can see me a little bit better. There you go. So you got these where I hand tightening this, even though it may feel like it's tight, hand tightening I have found is not enough. So once you put the camera on these bad boys for something heavier, then I would recommend, unless you're going to put a phone on here, I would recommend like the multi-mount, absolutely take the wrench. I need to know where my wrench went and really tighten it, because once I do that I tighten these knobs, then it's not, like that's not going anywhere, but you absolutely need to over tighten, if that's what they want to call it. So let me see. Let's go back here. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Angie is exhausted. She just finished her 2 back-to-back doubles. So she's just lounging around today, trying to take it easy. You need to go to sleep early. Robin says, what about the Ulanzi desk camera mount stand? I've seen some good reviews. It's $80 US. So the Slick Creators Clamp is also $80. I would tell you to get that. So we'll go straight into that once I get caught up with the comments, since we're talking about mounts and stuff. Paula says, I have the Slick Creator Silk or Slick. Is it Slick? It's Slick. Slick. Yes. Thank you. Slick Creator Studio Kit, and really like it. That's what my confidence monitor is on. See? And so you have the teleprompter, right, Paul? I believe. It can hold a lot. The arm never stays up. Did you tighten it even when I use the tool? You might need to get in contact with Elgato if that's the case, because it shouldn't. So this doesn't sag. My arm, I tightened it with the Allen keys, and I have yet, since I bought it, had really needed to tighten it. It has enough tension that I can move this up or down and it doesn't go anywhere. Like it stays where I need it to stay. So that, depending, because there's different tension points. Depending on where you have it, you might need it. If it's not working, then I would recommend reaching out to Elgato. Gretchen says, Pura Belpre was the first Puerto Rican librarian in New York City in the New York library system. She is responsible for books in Spanish for children being brought into libraries throughout the country. That is pretty cool. Love that fun fact. Thanks, Gretchen. I'm not seeing an extension arm for the Slick Creators Clamp. So there's two pieces that you have to get them. There's one piece and then there's another piece that loops into it. So we'll figure that out. Paul says, I found that a certain combination of words expressed to be the multi-mount seems to have an effect. Hey, Sean, what's cracking? How you doing today? I'll give you that. Let me see. Yes, the Glide 100. So it's sturdy enough for that. That's pretty good. Let's see. You're not the only one that uses a wrench to tighten, loosens and mounts. I need to invest in something more sturdy. Yeah, I mean, I like the multi-mount, And listen, I'm giving it away, right? And I spent a good amount of money in it, on it, right? When you're thinking about everything that I bought, if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't think that it was good to have in your setup, I wouldn't have bought it because I could have just as easily bought the Creator's Clamp and given that as a giveaway. I think that it's definitely valuable. You can use it. It just needs to be tightened the right way. So Silk's Creators Kit is $159 for the pole, arm, clamp, and ball head. So the pole, Gretchen, can you put a link in the comments? Or send me a link for that whole kit. Because I definitely don't have the ball head. The ball head you can get for like $15 from Amazon, a Ulanzi one. I agree that I think the Slick is worth it. Even if it is $150 for everything that you get, it is 100% worth it. And I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my headphones off so I can walk around a little bit more freely. Because I want to show you how, I've already seen how I can use it, especially in a room like this, how valuable it can be. So I'm going to turn the lights on. Turn on the lights. And I'm going to come here. And I feel like I want to use this one here. So let's see. Let me see. Let's move. What I'm going to do is I moved around. Hi guys, is this okay? Looks like it could be okay. I'll pay attention to the comments. I'm standing right at the mic, so yeah. Oh, well, my head gets cut off, but I put my overhead mic on, and what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna keep it. I'm gonna just switch the scene overall. And let me see. Let me just get just a regular scene. Thanks, Gretchen. And I'm just gonna move this over this way. And I wanna do this here so it can just stay on this scene, and then I'm going to move my comments so that I can see you guys here. All right, here's this. Okay, thank you. And yep, perfect. Good. Well, the link, so it sounds great. Let's do this. The mic's, oh. See? Hold on. There you are. The microphone sounds great because I'm standing right here next to it. But then, the minute I start to walk away from it, where are you guys? Is that this one? Oh, that's a pretty good depth. Hey there. The minute I start to walk away from it, I'll make this a little bit brighter. It does the job, right? I'm just used to having such a rich sound. But I wanted to show you the Silk Creators Clamp, and for it to be a whole overhead, like I said, it does the job. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unplug this camera. You can see what I'm doing, good. I'm gonna unplug this camera. And so the first thing is that, let me just move this a little bit so you can see more of that corner there. This is Paul's room. Paul is back here. Stop making noise. That's his room. That's where I keep Paul. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is that this clamps. It's a knob. So that's, oh no. And what I'm going to do is I have these cables routed. Good, that's what I wanted. Okay, so here's the first thing, right? So this is the clamp here itself. And then you have the other pole. And for my camera's sake, I'm going to take my camera off because this poor camera is on, this is my A5100. It's on its last hinges. On its last hinges, so, okay. All right, so what do we want to do? So the first thing I'm going to do is show you, if I can. Okay. Nope, it's the wrong way. So I'm trying to, hold on. So this is like its own tripod head that apparently I screwed on super tight. And now, see, I want to make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Hold on. Okay, so you have a knob here. We're going to take this little by little. You have this knob here, and can I show you this? It has like little grippy teeth. My lighting isn't the greatest. Let me see if I change my key light, make it brighter, maybe better, maybe. Let me see. It's not the best lighting. If I come here, it's really not. This is on teeth, kind of. Oh, there you can see the teeth. So these little things are on teeth. So you can see, so that's the first thing. You can see that this can move around in so many different ways. So you can do this, or you can do that, right? That's one. And I'm trying to, because this comes off. This whole thing unscrews off. So if you can tighten this, so you can get this how you want it. So let's say you want to have it like this. So now you're just going to tighten this one knob. Okay, so then there's that. Then you have this knob itself. So with this knob here, you can, right? So now you can extend this out and extend this. So let's say you want this pole, and what's really cool is that you can see that there are markers. So it tells you if you want to keep track. So you see that there are markers here, right? So let's say I want to have this at 150. Now I can tighten this. You can also rotate this. So depending on how you want it, gonna line this up. I want this here, like so. Take this one here. And now, like I said, you can angle this kind of this way, let's say. Then you can see I have the Ulanzi ball head mount. So in theory, if I want the Ulanzi like that, you know, the camera, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this straight for now. Then you have this here, this knob, then extends this up or down, right? And there's, oh, sorry guys. And then the same lines here. So I'm just going to tighten this on, let's say, 250 there. You can see that there's this knob. That's how it clamps to the desk. Really great, smooth system. I love how it has extra mounts over here. So I can mount something with a tripod here. You can also mount something over here if you wanted to. So it gives you some extra mounts. This hook here is to weigh it down if you had this kind of like using, because you can use this part on a tripod itself. I think I over tightened it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clamp this to the desk. So I'm going to open this up, put this on the desk. I just have to move the camera down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There you are. Okay, cool. My head may get, oh, my head is probably gonna get cut off. Let me tighten this. All right. So now it's clamped to the desk, right? So all I'm gonna do is just tighten that. That's tight. This is not going anywhere. So that's one. So now let's start to manipulate this. So now I want to turn this like this, because this is what I was saying. So if we switch cameras, let's say, so let me come back over here and I'm gonna switch cameras. Is that this one? That is this one. So let's say I want to, you can see this is the clamp here, and I'll connect the camera to show you, but if I wanted to take advantage of more of my space here, well, now I can put this mount here and then manipulate different angles for my room. So let's go back to the ZV-1, right? So this is gonna give me different angles. So if I wanted to take a shot, maybe even with my railing behind me, I can manipulate the arm to go kind of that. Okay, so so you can see the adjustment, how smooth this adjustment is, right? So that's, do I want it shorter? Do I want it lower? So let's say this is on 300. Then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. So now I have this here that I can swivel around. So let's say, again, I'm gonna use that angle. We have that. Oh, and by the way, so you can do that, but then you can also, right? So you have this movement here. Let's say I want this kind of like this. And then you can bring this out like so. So let's say I want to make this a little bit shorter, but then I want to bring this down kind of like this. This can basically, if you want like a top down shot, if I wanted to do something where I had an overhead shot, this can take place of your multi-mount and make it an overhead shot, because there are so many different angles that you have that you can maneuver and mess around with. And then I'm gonna turn this back around. And then, I don't know, what? I'm trying to, there it is. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. Okay, right. So then this piece is a separate piece. You can buy this pole alone, right? You can buy this pole by itself and then just have this as a camera mount, this particular section here, right? So I have my Ulanzi tripod head, my ball mount, and so if I didn't want to use this piece, now I can just throw this on here and just use this, right, as just as a regular camera mount. So that's one. That these are two separate pieces, and you have to buy these two separate pieces individually. And then this is a regular tripod mount here. So you can get this piece and use this on a regular tripod, and it gives you extension. And that's what this is for, because this, if you're putting this on a tripod, depending on the lens you're using and how heavy the camera is, you want to put a small sandbag on this end so that it doesn't, it balances the weight. So let me see, was there anything else on here I wanted to show you? I can actually, and the kit, it even came with an additional piece here where you can get another mount. So in theory, so you can do a bunch of different things, right? Like I can put this mount here. Yep. So I can put this mount here on the side if I wanted to. Let me see. And then tighten this way. Now I can put a camera here, down here. I can have a camera here, or I can bring this bad boy in and have the different cameras that way. So in one pole, you can get a lot of different things, or I can put a microphone here, right? Like the possibilities then become endless. So when you're thinking about the price point of 150 bucks, let me put this back. So I took this off, I had it on there, but I realized that I didn't need it. And I'm still trying to think about how I want to use it. So I'm gonna put that back because we can see how quickly I can lose things. Put this back here. And then bring this back. Let me see, can I show you the teeth from here? And if you watch Caleb Pike's videos, you can't really tell, but if you watch Caleb Pike's videos, there's a name for this type of clamp with the teeth. The name escapes me. But apparently with these type of teeth, like in the photography world, these type of teeth and how they clamp together are like some of the most secure connections that you can actually get. And that's what I think makes this work so well. All right, so let's put this back on. I keep forgetting, and I just bumped into that. So then put it back the way I had it, because it gives me some different angles. So we had it this way. Twist this on. Secure that. Okay. So now this is secure. Whoa. That's secure. That's on. Like so. I'm gonna move this around and actually come back this way. There you are. Move this. And you see how quick this is? Put my ball head back on. So throw my ball head back on. So now here's another way that we can use it, right? So what I'm gonna do is, let me make sure that this doesn't unplug. So another way that I plan on using it is basically, because you can mount this clamp. So that's the other thing that's really cool about this clamp, is that this piece here can be flipped. This piece with the teeth here can be flipped. And then you can actually, with this flipped upside down, this can be connected to poles. So then if you have like a tube, a camera pole or something like that, so this is the side for the desktop. There's you can unscrew it. So I don't remember how to do all of that. There's the instructions for that. I think you have to take the whole pole off. But there is a way that, yeah, it has to be, because there's an Allen key. So it looks like on the side of this here, you take the pole out, you flip this, you tighten it, and then this part grips. Similar to a pole like this, right? So then this part, if you look, right? So in theory, if I had this flipped, now this will be able to sit in between the pole, and it creates a really good connection. So just expanding your possibilities, right? The same thing with like a pole like this. If I put this here, you can see that the pole just, how do I show you guys this? It just sits right on there. So the other thing I wanted to show you was with, again, expanding the possibilities. If I wanted to put this here on my staircase, oh, that's not gonna, I guess if I put it here, right? If I wanted to put this on my staircase, and let me just secure this way. I don't know how secure that's gonna be. I didn't fully think this through, but you get what I'm saying. That then, yeah, that's not as secure. So maybe not, but the point is that then you can connect it to different places. And let me just get this out. And then have different angles, right? So I can put this here if I wanted to have it facing my desk. I can put it on the desk itself. Let me just bring this over here and switch the camera back. And then what I want to do is, there's that. Let's bring this back. Let me see. This way. So then in theory, if I wanted to have the camera here because I wanted to have the shot behind me, then in theory, I can put it here. And it's just super easy. You saw how quick I did all of that stuff on the fly. Okay, yeah. So let me just put all my stuff back. So let me put this. Okay. There's that. Mount this. Bring this here. That's secure. I think I had this extended. Had that like that. Bring my camera back. And then I got my cables. So I'm gonna put my camera on. Mount said camera. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm gonna catch up with you guys in the comments right now. Put my dummy battery in. I think it's this way. Nope. Here's that. Well, that's not. My HDMI cable on this side here. Okay. And then, let's see, just manipulate this. There's some, there you go. And then I can use my ball head for even further manipulation. And if I switch cameras, is that one? That is. And then there you go. There's the behind the scenes for this one here. Let me get my chair. Okay. All right. Let me unmute. Let me, I have no idea which one is which. Is that here? Hi. Ooh, look, I'm all shiny. That's why you got to make sure you have the proper lighting, because this lighting for me right here, let me change these settings. And this is why I love my Elgato key lights. So I usually use 15% here on my key light. And then the Kelvin, I'm usually at 4,700. I like how the Kelvin looks for me at 4,700. Then we can bring the lights back to red. Let's do this. And let's go back. Play. Going to bring you over here. And let's look at the comments. I know you guys said a lot of stuff. Let's see. Hey. Let me see which mic. So I switched. This one now is the MV7. The one before, when I was walking around the room, that's the Rode NTG mic. So you can't see it because I moved it actually, and I didn't. Let's go back. Bright light. And this is what I'm gonna do over here. I'm gonna come back. ZV1, yes. And then fix this. More of that. Here's that. But that one there, that's the Rode NTG. So if we come and let's make this straight. Is that about right? And can I bring this? See, then what I did was I made that. There you are. Oh, shit. There you go. Does it look like it's moving? It definitely is moving. See? I I gotta find my wrench, because something is moving somewhere. Oh, now the thing switched. Let me see. That's okay. I don't mind it looking like that. So, okay. All right. I'm coming back to you. K-Walk, what's cracking? Okay, there's a late link. Just finished Sunday dinner. What was for dinner? K-Walk. I took Steve from Scort Glass. We went to Chinatown. We went to Dim Sum Garden. And if you don't know about soup dumplings, because I did not know about the amazing things that are called soup dumplings. So if you don't know about, and thanks to Angie for telling me about the soup dumplings, because that is, oof. And I do have leftovers. So when I am done with this stream, oh my goodness, I can't believe we've been going for an hour already. That was all the, let me get myself right, fix my curls. You guys know, let's get situated again. Oh, hi. Okay, let's see. What is this? I missed that. You have to tell me more. Upper mic faded when you were working on the keyboard while standing and walking around. The upper mic sounds great. That's good. What is the length of the vertical pole? Gretchen, I don't know. It says it on the website. I don't know. In a meeting at the moment. Looking forward to the replay. India sharing some great tips. Ah, thank you, my good friend. Jamaica Boxing Club. Hey, what's cracking? How you doing? FYW. Come on with the acronyms. What is the shortcut? I don't know what that is. You got to tell me the abbreviations. The ball head that comes with Slick Creators kit is not Arca Swiss compatible. Okay. So that's good to know. All right. Thank you, K-Walk. Thank you, Paul. You guys are answering each other's questions. I really appreciate you guys. And the support, 17-inch sliding pole allows up or down or lateral. It's amazing. G. Albert coming in with a question. Are you using the same mount for the upper mic, or did you acquire an extension pole? I think you just answered my question. So no, not the same mount. I can show you guys via NDI what I did there. I actually got some really cool stuff. Hold on. Let me go to NDI, not camera. That's a good question, Albert. Let me go back to my mess of stuff. Nope, not there. That one I found easy. Hey, focus. There you are. Okay, there it is. That one I found easy. So, lots of ruffling, excuse me. These things are great. I'm probably going to keep it on bright white since we're doing some demos and just to get you guys to show you guys the details. Let me start broadcasting this. Okay. These little bad boys are actually pretty cool here. So guys, this is the A5100 with a 20 millimeter 2.8 lens. That is like one of my favorite cameras. Look at the focus on this. Like, this is great. Anyway, I got these from Amazon. So these it came with this, what is this, quarter mount? And you can mount this anywhere on the wall. Then you can make an extension. So I put this on my wall here. Sorry. Focus on this, not on me. Is that better? There you are. And so I mounted this using anchors on the wall, like so. These were like, I don't know, $10 for a pack of 3. Really great. And then, so let me show you. Where's my eCam window? So let's go to Filmic. make sure my camera lenses are clean. Okay. Yes. All right. Cool. And let's go back to this scene. And all I want to do is just change my iPhone. And so you can see, right, like I have, that's the little mount thing that I just showed you. And then this is one of these little adjustable, like this is like $10. This little arm, and that's the teeth. So that's the heavier style teeth. There's a name for that type of mount teeth thing, but that's the teeth. And so you can see here, because it's on its own kind of ball head there, right? So it creates its own ball head, and then you can turn it and manipulate, and then it has another ball head here, which makes it really easy to extend out, to make different angles. And I just drilled this into the wall using anchors. I looked for, so it's like half on a stud and half not on a stud. So I like think this one, whatever. Don't judge me. It's not at the end of the day, it's not going anywhere. So that's that. All right. Good question, Albert. Thank you. So let me check on that. You can also put a thin gripper pad in the groove and attach it to the stairs, then it would hold. Ooh, Paul, send me a link. Because I did plan on doing that to have different angles, because then once I finally clean up the rat's nest of wires that is my desk, I want to be able to have, right, idealistically, I'd like to be able to have the clamp on my stairs on one of the poles, like maybe there or there, and adjust it so that I can stand in front of my desk, right? So my back is facing the desk, and then I can take pictures of me in my actual like studio and workstation, and maybe do some videos that way. So Paul is reminding everyone, just in case you haven't, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, my good sir. Sunday dinner: turkey, stuffing, collards, collard greens, sweet potatoes, mac and cheese. Come on, K-Walk. That sounds amazing. What did I got? We got the soup dumplings. It was spicy soup dumplings, spicy pork soup dumplings. And then, so we shared that. And then I got an order of spicy crispy chicken, which was great. And Steve got General Tso's chicken with, and we had, the white rice was supposed to be shared, and I ate it all. Not all, but I like dug into it. And then after the fact, I was like, oh my God, Steve, we were supposed to share this. How greedy am I? He was like, it's fine, India. Don't worry about it. Well, now you know what to expect when you have dinner with me. There was a mistype, FYI, typing too fast, not looking before. Okay, all right, good. No problem. I was like, what is this? Is this like some... Listen, I believe you. I really thought it was some sort of shortcut that I didn't know. I would have never thought that was a mistake. Hey, girl. Hey, what's cracking? Thank you for coming through, Brianna. I appreciate you every time you show support. How is your vlogging going? How are the reels going? Let us know, because I love to hear about your progress. That is pretty cool. Robin says, yes, doing selfies at workstation while attending awesome trainings online via Zoom. See, that's amazing, right? Listen, I am the selfie queen. You guys, if you didn't know, I love taking selfies. I love taking selfies so much that I've calmed down a little bit, but in the group chat that I have with Doc, Diana, June, Doc's brother, and Lemuel, there was a point in time last year where I sent them multiple selfies a day, and Diana was like, India, I swear to God, if you keep sending me selfies. Listen, I'm beautiful. I know it. All right. So let me see. Oh, hello. What is this? What is this, you see? Let me see. What is this? Let's take a look. Hold on. What's happening here? Where's my cameras? Ay, coño. My cameras. Am I hiding the controls? I'm not hiding the controls. So why can't I see my cameras? That's all right. Let me do some things. Loving the white smiley face on the overlay. I like that too. Thank you. I'm glad we did that together, K-Walk. I like how this one came out. I enjoy how this one came out. So I appreciate your feedback, because that was fun to do. So, I guess we can use this one. So I'll bring this out this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my cameras. I have no idea. Where was the camera that I just used? Oh boy. You know what this means? This means that I have entirely too many. Too many. Hold on. Bear with me, folks. Can we do this? Is that the scene? Okay, that's the scene. So what I'm going to do is I want to change camera. And so Gretchen is sending me a message. What is Gretchen saying? Okay, Gretchen is showing me her selfies. I love you guys. You guys are the best. This one? Yes. Okay, cool. Bob's, I've had this in my desk. This is when I worked for Home Depot. I used to be a receiving manager for Home Depot. I also worked in the electrical section in Home Depot, so I actually know how to install outlets and change fixtures and stuff like that and create. That is why I did my own extension cord and I cleaned up the wiring in my TV in my living room. So look, just for you, it's a safety blade. Do I get points for having a safety blade? Probably not. Let's see. Do I have to use it? So what is this? This. And look at this. Where is this? Can you see what it says? Do you see that? This way. This way. There you go. Made. What does this say? Certified for OBS. But what that really means is that if you can use it for OBS, you probably can use it with Ecamm. Now I'm looking at the system requirements. I did read online. It did say imagine you can't use this on a Mac. It said that you can use it on a Mac. It's a capture card. Basically, I'll chill out with the suspense, but let me open it up. It is a capture card. Let me use my box cutter. And did you know the right way to use these safety box cutters is to put the blade in. And then once you put the blade in, you let go. And then once you're done, it retracts. So you don't hold. That was from Safety 101 in Home Depot. That's how you're really supposed to use those box cutters so that you don't cut your finger off. Okay. So I needed an extra capture card. I have one, but then I plugged it in. So I have, okay, first of all, I have one of those cheap capture cards that are like 35 bucks, 15 bucks on Amazon. The one that usually can go up to like 720 or 1080 as a backup. It's somewhere in the mess back there. I haven't been able to find it. I will find it eventually. Then I had an extra 4K capture card, 4K Camlink capture card. But when I brought my A5100 back in the mix so I have 3 cameras. I have the A5100, I have my 6400, and then the ZV-1. I have 3 different capture cards. And I wanted to keep a capture card in my bag so I don't have to worry about plugging and unplugging as an extra. So I was looking. The Elgato cam links, the 4K cam links are on sale for 115 bucks. I looked at some used options. So where my ZV-1 is at, this one, the capture card, it's actually not an Elgato. This image that you're seeing is with a company called AverMedia. It's AverMedia. They like do gaming and stuff like that. And it has the pass-through where you can do games. And I got it for like 50 bucks from this kid from Facebook Marketplace. And so this is also a gaming capture card. Brand new, it's 100 bucks. It is 4K compatible. So supports up to 4K, 60 frames per second pass through, and then 1080 direct. Let me see. So let's look at this. And it's USB-C 3.0. That's nice. It's a newer company. And so 100 bucks, brand new. Your quick guide tells you how to use it. Okay, that's nice. And it was on sale. Well, not on sale. So I am a Best Buy Total Tech member. So you get discounts on random things. Not really, because you have to pay to become a Total Tech member. So the discounts, I guess, in theory, pay for itself. So with this one, for Total Tech members, instead of it being 100 bucks, $79. because I love shopping at Best Buy. You see I'm having a hard time taking this out. It's not working with me. I had $50. There it is. In rewards, so I paid $20 for it. I have 60 days to return it, so if I don't like it, I can return it. Through Total Tech, you also get extended return policies, no restocking fees, free installation. It can be a great value. This is nice. So check this out. So here's this capture card. This company, it's, I guess, XR1. So that's that. And so HDMI in right here, right? That's where my camera will go. And then you have USB-C here. So with the USB-C, that'll connect to the computer. These types of capture cards, gamers is what we use, the Cam Link, gamers will not use, and that's because they also need to connect their monitor. So in theory, they'll have their Xbox, and they'll also have a camera as well as then their monitor. And that's how it's these actual type of devices where there's an HDMI in and an HDMI out. That's how the gamers get their computer screen, their monitors, whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, or even a computer, a gaming computer. It's these type of devices, not the ones that we use, the 4K Cam Link, because that's just a one direction, one connection. This one has two. So this is really cool if you needed to bring in like another computer, your camera, your computer screen, and then bring that in. Instead of having two Cam Links, in theory, this can do that for you. So we already took up more than enough time, and I need to make sure how it works, but I am going to demonstrate how it works. At maybe tomorrow, we'll just do a continuation of this. But then what this will do is that this will actually connect permanently. So I have another dock right under here on this desk. So then I'm going to use this one for the A5100, because right now the A5100 is using my extra Cam Link. I'll put the Cam Link back in my to-go bag. And then I want to test. So I'm going to bring my MacBook Pro down, and we're going to test bringing in the camera, bringing in the MacBook Pro through the capture card, and then bringing that into Ecamm. Did any of that stuff make sense? I don't know if it made sense. It makes sense in my head. And like I said, if you're a gamer, basically in theory, you would do the same exact thing. Let me check on you guys in the comments and let me see if that made sense, if you guys know what the hell I'm talking about or not. Let me come here. Let me come back over here. Let me go to the comments. Okay. Selfies. Used to make all my girlfriends take selfies. That's what I'm talking about, Obs. Exactly. Hello. By girlfriends, I mean the ones I dated. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes. There might be some tweaking that needs to be done to get the capture card working. So I read it. I got to look. I got to see. Yeah, that's the other thing I got to test out, because it did say that it works, that it does work with Mac. Although the box, system requirements, Intel, operating system. Oh, it does actually. Oh, I missed that part. So operating system, Mac OS Sierra. It doesn't say anything about Mac 1 chips, but it's Mac 1 Sierra. So it should work out of the box. My Live Gamer, the AverMedia, the Live Gamer Plus that I have, I didn't need any drivers or anything like that. And I have that connected, and that's supposed to be like a Windows as well. So we'll test that out tomorrow. Let me put this back. And then it comes with, I like how it's USB-C, especially because we're Mac users and all our stuff is mostly USB-C. So I don't have to worry about any sort of extension cables. Let's see what else. Let me go back to this scene. This one? No? I have no idea. I was just on the scene. This one? Okay, that'll work. Let's go back. This one? Yes. All right, so let's go back here. And let's see what this is. So that they do give you, let's see the quality of the cables and the length. So, well, that's just dumb. So it's USB-C. So much for that. I would have to use my own cable. So it's USB-C to the device directly, right, to here. But then the cable they give you is regular USB-A. which is not the end of the world, but I thought it was USB-C to USB-C, but whatever, that's fine. So that's the one cable. Put this back in the impossible to fit box. And then the HDMI cable here. A regular Joe Schmo HDMI cable. So we'll test that out tomorrow. We'll see what that looks like. Let's see. Come back over here. Check on you guys. Not a single idea. That's okay, babe. It's scary that only after 28 days, I think I follow India Logic like a pro. Exactly. Listen. K-Walk, you've always been very good at understanding. Every time I think you're like one of the few people that when I say, did that make sense? And you like can repeat it back in your way. And I'm like, exactly that, K-Walk. Yes, you understood me. Yes. I have a bunch of USB-C to USB-A. I need to buy some more, actually. I have to buy some more just to have like 4 more. I have 1 or 2 extra ones in the box and upstairs, but I need to have extras. C to A. I know what you meant. All right. Okay. So I was not expecting to do the in-depth, what is it? Like the in-depth overview of what we did with the Slick Creators clamp. That threw me off. I was going to go over some iPad stuff today. Not that I'm not complaining, but it's so funny how, you know, I have an intention and then it's like we start talking about something and then it just takes a turn. No qualms here because I think that it was very informative, especially like a few of us have complained about the multi-mount. Like I said, I love it. I think it's great. Whoever wins that package is still winning a great package because remember you're getting, the Stream Deck pedal comes tomorrow. So that is a great value. Just be forewarned. And then for the people that may not win it and are looking for an additional mount, I love the flexibility for it. And if I needed to buy another one, hands down, I would spend the money on that whole set again. I think it's great to have at least one. I can see the value in absolutely having 2. Like with my desk, I have an L-shaped desk, 5 feet by 3 feet. I can 100%. And because I have the multi-mount on my right, the Slick on the left, I don't need it. But if I didn't have the multi-mount, I would have absolutely gone with the only thing, you know what, I can actually say the difference between the multi-mount and the Slick is that with the way the multi-mount is, the Slick, like, so if I need to get back in my laundry room, let me show you that scene. Or in Paul's prison. You didn't hear that. Errors. And let's do the ZV1, which is this one. So because the way the pole extends in and out, when I need to get back into Paul's dungeon, I need to loosen it and either make it straight, both poles straight parallel down, or bring this up this way so that I can swing the door open. Where the multi-mount, you can do it so that the profile is different, if that makes sense. So I can see where that would be maybe a pro with the multi-mount over the Slick Creators clamp, because if you're really utilizing it that way, right, and you want to have this close to a wall, that can 100% limit, but then that's where the ball heads come into place, right? But that can create some limitation depending on the placement and how you have your desk, right? So I wouldn't be able to put that mount back here in this little corner, in this area of space, because there's a wall, right, on each side. That's a corner just like this. So you see the way that arm is, I would run into those problems. So if you have it at the edge of a desk, that's good. Kevin, you missed some, you're going to have to, I would recommend you go back and you do replay when I start talking about the multi-mount. So you'll have to see, and I get up, you'll see once I get up and I'm start moving around the room, because we were talking about, not the multi-mount, that's the Slick Creators clamp. So we were talking about the pros, and let me come back over here so I can actually look at you guys. We were talking about the pros of the Elgato multi-mount versus the Slick Creators clamp. And I know you had asked me that a few weeks ago. The sibilance on this microphone is real for my voice. So tomorrow we will be back to the Lewitt because I can hear it with the Lewitt, but I feel like with this mic, it is annoying me. My sibilance with the way I speak. But I would recommend, Kevin, going back to where you see me standing up and walking back and forth because you see I demonstrated how flexible the Slick Creators clamp is. And I think you still haven't bought the multi-mount. So if you have not bought the Elgato multi-mount, check out that section of the live tonight where you can see how flexible the Slick Creators clamp is. I told you there was going to be a poll. Why are you so funny, Paul? I love you. In your box of everything. Listen, don't be telling people about my box. How do you guys listen about my box? Shh, that's supposed to be our secret, family. Stop. The overview of how you mount your equipment and how it really works was great. On my list to move things around. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you found that valuable. See, so that's why sometimes it's really good. Like, I don't mind going off topic because it's just one of those things that you didn't know you needed to hear or watch and learn about until we go through it. So I'm glad that you found that helpful. Thank you, Paul. Paul is reminding you guys, if you want to support me and my channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee or 2 or 3 at indiad.live/BMAC. I did put you back in the closet. I gave you pow pow, how us Puerto Ricans say pow pow. That's what I did. I gave it a pow pow. All right. Fitness story every Sunday. Anti-aging reel this Thursday. Ooh, that's exciting. I got to check it out. I keep saying I'm not. And then I actually thought about you earlier this week. And I was like, oh my God, I got to check out Brianna's channel and how all this great things she's doing. So you have my word. I will do that this week. Kevin says, I'm getting ready to overhaul my studio space as I just added a Mac Studio, show off, whatever, to the mix. And I've also added a few cameras to my collection since I set everything up and want to incorporate them somehow. Replay for you because I showed my 3 different setups. So my main setup, which is the A6400 that I'm talking to you now using the teleprompter. Then let's go here. The ZV-1, which is this bad boy here. And that's with the magical mess of the multi-mount. And then my, no, hold on, let's go back. The A5100 here. So you can see the multi-mount and the ZV-1 there. And if we go back to the ZV-1 screen, and then you can see my teleprompter here, the A6400 is back there with a Sigma 16mm lens there. And then you can see I have the A5100 on the Slick Creators clamp. So check that out, Kevin, and then give me feedback. Let me know what you think. Cool. Of course, I got you. Kevin, around town, sub 48 is where you'll find India Talking. Thank you so much, Kevin. Albert, I appreciate you. All right. That was good. Off unexpected today. Oh, Kevin, and I also bought a new capture card. And we're going to test that out tomorrow. One of the gamer capture cards where you can bring in a monitor and stuff, only because it was on sale. I got it for $79, and after Best Buy rewards points, I paid $30 with tax. I ain't mad if it does the job. So we're going to test that out mañana. West Side. Ooh, Mr. Riley's World. James, what's cracking? How you doing? And on an, off topic, kind of depressing note, and Mr. Riley reminded me, you guys know that I have to go get a gravel bike for my Rooted in Vermont gravel clinic that is coming up in June. And so that's my justification to have N+1, another bike, because I have a road bike now. And I went to Trek today because I absolutely love Trek. I got sized. They gave me the recommendation. And I'm glad that I went because I was looking at, and if you know Treks, you know the line. My racing bike, my road bike is the Trek Imanda. Then they have the Trek Damani, which is a combination of road and you can make it gravel. And then they have the gravel bike, which is the Checkpoint. So I understood the difference between the two. And basically the recommendation is that because I have an Imanda, which is a pure road bike, they said not to get the Damani because I don't need anything road bike. If I'm going to do road cycling, I'll use my Imanda. So they recommended that I get the Checkpoint. My size, we're going to stick with the same size, which is 52 centimeters. I love my fitment and my size on my Imanda. The depressing thing is that there is still a bike shortage. And for the Carbon Trek Checkpoint in my size, they will not be getting any of those until October. My clinic is in June. So that means that I have to go bike hunting from bike shop to bike shop, or I have to suck it up and not get a Trek. I've been looking at some Canyon bikes, and Canyon has some gravel bicycles that are expected to come in, but they're an online only thing. And I'm just like, with big purchases like that, listen, the bike is going to be like $3,000. With big purchases like that, I want to be able to go in and touch it and lift it and like, but Canyon is, and they're a popular brand. Canyon is getting some bikes in stock late April, early May. So what that means is that I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Anti-aging coming up on 66 in 6 weeks. Yikes. Thanks. All right. It's going to be bumpy. Hey, hey, hey. Que lo que, Luis? I'm excited because I've always wanted to gravel ride and just be able to not be limited between road cycling. Like I want to have that flexibility of, oh, I want to go on this. And then, you know, with a good gravel bike, I can switch between both gravel and road cycling. So I'm not limited to the trails and where I travel to, because eventually I would like to bike pack. So 52, I rock a 48. And so that's the thing. What's funny is that the Canyon, when I sized myself in Canyon, I'm a 2XS, a 2 extra small. But with Trek, I'm 52. So depending on the brand, OBS, that's going to make a difference as well with the geometry. Yeah, October, I was a little depressed. I was like, oh my God. And a little bit stressed out because that means that I was hoping that I'd be able to like have time. But now that means that I really need to have the money, because as soon as if I walk into a store that has my size in stock, I have to get it, which means that I need to have the money. Anyway, Specialized off-road bike. You know, so we'll talk about this another day. I have a very sour taste in my mouth with Specialized from when I got into my cycling accident last year. And we're going to end the stream, but I will tell you that story another time. Don't forget my GoPro. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that another day when you guys are on. 56, yeah. So I'm a 52, it was between, I could have sized between a 50 or 52, but because my current Imanda's 52 and he, you know, I like how I felt. He's like, let's just keep it. My Cannondale's 50 centimeters, which is too big for me, and I'm 5'4". See, so that goes similar. So I'm 5'5". So that sounds like it would be similar to like, what is it? Canyon sizing, because Canyon, it's 5'5" with like a 31-inch inseam, give or take. And they recommend the 2 extra small. So, you know, anyway. All right, fam, let's do what we do. Let me come back over here so I can tell you guys. Buenos nachos. Good night. We have another day done. Day 28 in the books. Day 30 will be on Tuesday. We're going to go over some analytics on Tuesday for sure, because I took screenshots of my analytics on day 1. And obviously I've grown my channel overall, not in a subscriber sense, but definitely in a watch time sense. And I want to talk about that. So we'll look at some analytics. We're going to do a little celebration and then just keep it moving. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You